Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Gwiasda. On today's show, we'll check in with Healthiest Ames. My guest today is Tessa Allred with Healthiest Ames. Tessa, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So Healthiest Ames is an organization that everybody may not be familiar with, although you've done a lot of great things in the last year or so. Can you tell me a little bit about the organization?
Yeah, so Healthiest Ames is a nonprofit community coalition here in Ames. It's comprised of stakeholders from Iowa State University, Mary Greeley, McFarland, and the Ames Public Schools. And we do some work just to kind of make Ames the healthiest community in Iowa. That's our vision, so that's our goal.
And it has kind of an interesting history. I know it kind of morphed out of a Blue Zone project and then sort of found its own way. And there's been a lot of people involved, as you mentioned, from various organizations and with all this same kind of goal of health. Why is that so important these days?
Well, when Healthiest Ames actually formed, about that time, the governor announced the Iowa Healthiest State Initiative. So when Healthiest Ames applied for the Blue Zone certification and did not receive that, they decided to take more of an individual approach to health. So through that, they applied for a grant with the Wellmark Foundation, and that grant helped fund open streets events, and part of those events help promote complete streets policy, which is something that the city is currently working on.
Absolutely, and I know that whole idea of complete streets, just the whole idea of Healthiest Ames, I guess, to me is a lot about getting people moving, getting people thinking about their health, and basically living healthier lives. Some of the things that you've done over the years, your organization has done over the years, really focuses on that mobility concept of getting out and moving. Talk a little bit about that.
So the complete streets policy, what that does is it incorporates all modes of transportation. So that involves biking, walking, public transportation. So really just creating communities that are conducive to multimodal transportation and also making it safe for bikers and pedestrians as well.
And also a goal of the Ames City Council to consider all those modes of transportation. Yep. Ames is really changing, I think, in the last few decades. That focus, maybe it's with all the youth and vitality from the university, but the focus on can this be a community that you can live in without a car?
Yeah, absolutely. And another part of the active transportation piece is the health aspect of it is instead of always relying on a vehicle to get where you're going, biking and walking, even if it's just walking to the bus stop, before you go to classes, just increasing those step counts each day.
So the step counts is interesting. I happened to find on my new phone a couple of months ago, it had a pedometer included in it, and it's amazing how much I check that to see how many steps. So what's really the targeted goal? How many steps should you walk each day?
10,000 is the required minimum, but any more that you can get past that is going to provide additional health benefits as well.
Now tell me a little bit about the open streets concept. There have been several open streets events in Ames, and they seem to sort of pick up a little bit more speed each time. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, open streets events, a lot of people don't know that actually they've been hosted around the world in different cities since about 1974. The first one was actually hosted in Bogota, Colombia, and every city hosts them for various reasons. Healthiest Ames actually hosts them to promote the complete streets policy and kind of give people an example of what that policy will do for the city. So the Ames Bicycle Coalition as well as the Community Design Lab at Iowa State come out and they set up a bike lane example along with some information for them to take home. The other component of Open Streets is connecting the community with resources that we have available. So we've got about 17 different organizations in Ames that are going to be part of Open Streets. As an example, the Iowa Able Foundation is going to come and host a wheelchair obstacle course to give kids kind of an idea of what it's like living with a disability. And they're also going to be hosting some sign-ups for their upcoming 5K. For their fundraisers.
So your next Open Streets event is Sunday, April 24th.
Yes.
Do you think there'll be additional ones after that one?
Yes, we're planning to have a fall event. I can't say the date, we don't have approval yet, but if people are interested in staying up to date, if you like Healthiest Ames on Facebook, you'll get up to dates as we move closer to fall.
So Tessa, how did you get involved in sort of being involved in Healthiest Ames?
Sure. I'm a student in community and public health, and I was looking for some experience in communication work, and I wanted to contribute to an organization that was not only working to make the community healthier, but really focusing on that sustainability piece and looking at what can we do in the community that's going to cause sustainable change.
And when you look at the Complete Streets policy, where do you fit into the biker, walker, motorist mode? Which one do you like?
I'm kind of all modes. I am a biker. I actually just started biking about a year ago. But being a student, I walk all around campus. And so, yeah, I'm all over the place.
How many steps do you typically get?
It depends on the day, but I'm usually close to about 10,000.
Yeah, do you find it hard to get to 10,000?
It is, especially days when I'm sitting at my computer. Most days, some of those days it can be about half of that, but typically if I'm running around and I'm on campus, then I can get close to about 10,000.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with Healthiest Ames and the Open Streets event. Sounds great. Thanks for coming by and talking with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Again, if you'd like more information, come down to the Open Streets event. That is on Sunday, April 24th, and you can get information. If you've missed the Sunday event, remember there is an event scheduled for the fall. Also remember, Yard Waste Spring Free Day is coming up. That event has been moved out of April, but you haven't missed it. Mark your calendar for Saturday, May 14th for the Spring Yard Free Day. You can get more information about that free day on our website at cityofames.org. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.